Well, this is the first unboxing that I've done. I don't really plan on doing a lot of them. I think because for the most part, they're all going to be the same, especially. You've seen one Spyderco, you've seen them all. They all kind of come in the same box. I guess with the, just make a quick adjustment here. I guess with like the Benchmades, they come in different color boxes. There's the blue class, the black class, but they're all basically the same. This, however, is kind of different, and I thought it would be kind of funny to do an Amazon tactical knife unboxing. So that's what I'm going to do here, because I don't expect this to be a very good product, although it probably will be given the money. It was only $8 before taxes, but it's just such an outlandish idea for an Amazon product, Amazon Basics product, that I had to buy it. And without even getting this out of the plastic, I could say, wow, this thing is heavy. This might be the heaviest pocket knife I own. It doesn't quite flick out. Kind of cool that they put this little protector on there. Let me see if I can flick it. Yeah, if you give it enough force, it'll flick. So I'll probably be filming this video in two parts. This is just the unboxing. So I guess here's the other part. I saw in reviews that some people say this I wouldn't call it a sheath. I guess a carrying case maybe. Yeah, I guess carrying case is loose. It doesn't fit the knife, and that Amazon probably just wanted to throw in some kind of carrying case, so they just found the cheapest supplier to make it. That's probably right. Although I would say it probably fits tighter than everybody else said. Everybody says it fits pretty loosely. I've seen some other videos on this thing where you know, it almost looks like it fits like this, and the knife could just fall out. This is, I don't know, maybe I got a later model and they have slightly smaller pouches. Could this fall out? Yeah, I guess. If you're on a freaking roller coaster, it could fall out. I think if you're walking around your apartment cosplaying with your Amazon Basics tactical Tonto knife, and this is on your belt, this isn't coming off. But why even bother with it anyway, right? You have a pocket clip, not deep carry, but yeah. So that's the unboxing, pretty basic. Comes in, I guess, several different languages. Nothing else in here, right? It did, by the way, come in, well, I think I've disposed of it, but it came in the typical Amazon white foam envelope as well, so it didn't just show up, you know, tactical folding knife sitting on your apartment doorstep. So that's it. That's the whole contents of the box. Well, I guess the tip just flicked off, so there it is. It was just so cheap that I had to buy it. And it was so funny that I had to buy it. The Amazon Basics Tactical Tonto Knife. Tactical. Yep. Almost had it. Well, I guess if by tactical you mean it's a Tonto. Tactical with a wood handle? Guys, this was $8 hairs. Okay? When was the last time that you bought something that was $8? I mean, chicken is almost $8 a pound right now for chicken breasts. Are you kidding me? $8, I guess before tax, whatever. It was probably like $9.80 or something with tax, or $9.50 or something. You know what? This isn't going to win any awards, guys. But in terms of value, that's pretty darn good. I mean, come on. Yeah, and in case you're confused about the weird mood music going on, that's Endless River by Pink Floyd. I'm not in a weird meditation place or anything like that. This is a pretty good album. It's not very ballsy, I would say. It's pretty easy. They made it a double album. I mean, it's only like 30 minutes long, but it only takes about 25 minutes to listen to it. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't get banned by whatever greedy-ass record company, this video, hopefully. Anyway, this Amazon Basics knife. $8, so they call it stainless steel. Okay, well, I don't know what kind of stainless steel. It's made in China, obviously, so it's just a generic steel. but it is coated. I don't know what it's coated with. It probably won't rust. This is just a weird setup. I don't know who designed this knife. It must have been designed by committee. To a Tonto knife that's partially serrated and has this faux wood handle, and it says Amazon Basics on it. I had to buy it, honestly. I had to. Pocket clip is tip down only, right-handed only, and it's a liner lock, full steel liners, best I could tell, or full metal liners. Could be anything in there, but if you're lucky, you can. If you really throw it, you can flick it open. I can't really get it to open. Yeah, sometimes, but you really got to get the angle right. There seems to be a lot of friction on that pivot pin. So opening it, you could open it one-handed, but if you think this is going to be a fidget knife, no, it's not going to be. It just doesn't open that slick. Maybe you can get it to open slicker, but I can't. Not really much to say, except, of course, this is the heaviest folding knife that I own. It is really heavy. It's probably because of those steel liners. I assume they're not milled. They're not using premium materials. You know, normally with folding knives, I'd say anything under 3 ounces you're not going to feel. Anything between 3 and 4 you might feel. Anything above like 4 ounces, maybe 4 1/4, you'll notice it in your pocket. You know, if you're walking around, it's clipped to the inside of your pocket. You might feel it kind of hitting your leg when you're walking. I'll put the specs on the screen for this knife. Wow, is this thing heavy, and it feels heavy. I carried it out one night just to a friend's house, basically. You know, let me just, by the way, say, know your local laws, because this is, as far as I can tell, longer than 3 inches, so you shouldn't be carrying it in San Francisco. But I brought it to a friend's house who's a fellow knife enthusiast. Just, I almost bought this just to get a rise out of him, you know, and he thought it was pretty funny. But again, $9 after taxes. I mean, you can't buy almost anything for $9 after taxes. I mean, can you even get a cheeseburger for $9? I mean, not McDonald's, but, you know, you go to a sit-down restaurant and order a cheeseburger, it's $14. So I had to buy this. It is even heavier than the Swish Bowie, Sleesh Bowie, Swish Bowie, Bowie. I say Bowie and I say Sleesh. I apologize to the designer if it's meant to be pronounced Swish, but most people are calling it Swish Bowie, and I would have said Bowie anyway. But this is a pretty heavy knife. This is a big blade, M390. It's not a super thick blade, but it's not super thin. And the fact that they've, I guess chamfered is the word, the spine of the blade after the jimping, or shortly after the jimping, it looks a little thinner than it is. But it's also milled titanium, beautifully radiused and everything. They didn't pull any punches when making this knife, but it's titanium with a big steel blade. So this is one of the heavier knives, if not the heaviest knife I own, other than like balisongs and stuff, right? In terms of folding knives, this thing is pretty friggin' heavy. And by the way, I think I might do a follow-up video on this, because I was disappointed in the first video that I made. It was very early in my video making. I didn't really have a pattern in how I made videos. And now that I've had this knife for a while now, I have more to say about it. But the point of this is a heavy knife, one of the heaviest, if not the heaviest folder that I own, until this Butte came into my life. This thing is really friggin' heavy. You'll find it uncomfortable. And it's funny because the Amazon page shows, you know, like the generic product photos and stuff that they put on Amazon, you know. I thought that one of the photos was funny. It was a guy, or I guess a guy, it looked like a man's hand, and he was cutting the cord from around a bundle of firewood. And my first thought was like, wow, where do you buy firewood that it comes bundled with a cord, and then you have to take out your Amazon knife to cut it open? It's like, you know, you spend $1,000 to drive up to Tahoe and rent an Airbnb for a weekend for you and your family or whatever, and you know, all that stuff, all that cost, right? You have your tech job in San Francisco or the East Bay, and you drive your Audi up there, and you drop $1,000 to ski and stay for a weekend, and you take out your Amazon Basics knife. to cut the cord from around firewood. It's just, I don't know, like in my head I was just picturing this kind of scenario, and that was the scenario that it came up with. It's just like, oh my god, like, I don't know. I mean, you could use a pair of scissors to cut. If you don't have a pocket knife, I don't know. Who buys this? I feel like this knife was made for one of two people. The one that buys it sarcastically, like me, which could be a big market. Anybody watching this video, you're probably one of those people, right? The second category would be people that don't own a pocket knife and they're doing something outdoorsy for the first time. And it's like, you know what? Oh shoot, when's the last time I went hiking? You know, when's the last time I went camping? Never. Should I bring a knife? Yeah, what does a pocket knife cost? Well, you can go with the Swiss Army variety, and they're pretty expensive, the Victorinox. Or you can go with like a multi-tool, like a SOG multi-tool, or a Leatherman, and not spend that much money. I mean, you can get the small, like, bantamweight ones for under 50 bucks. Some of the Victorinox you get, the small Swiss Armies in the $20 to $30 range. The multi-tools ranging up to $150. But if you're just thinking, hey, I mean, I just want a pocket knife. What does a pocket knife cost? Or then, you know, you Google pocket knife and you see something like a Delica. These used to be in the $60 range. They used to be like $58, but then they were $72, and now they're in like the $80 to $90 range. It's like, this is actually pretty new to me, but I bought it on eBay, so it was like, I'm not paying $92 after taxes for a Delica. I'm sorry, I love this knife, and I'll make a video about it one day, but I couldn't do that. And I feel like for a person who doesn't know a lot about knives, they might even look at this too and be like, well, wait a second, why is this knife $90 when this knife is $9? All right, I'll get the Amazon Basics knife. I'll use it one time, then throw it in a junk drawer in my kitchen, or leave it in a backpack, buried at the back of my closet for 3 years before I remember that I had it, and I take it out and use it on my next glamping trip. So if that's you, great. I mean, this will probably serve you pretty well. It's it's partially serrated. You know, you can cut some paracord with it pretty easily. I haven't done like a paper test or anything. Like, I don't even know it's worth it. But it's a multi-edge. I mean, you got a straight edge here for scraping. You know, everyone said, why is a Tonto so useful? Oh, if you have any scraping tasks. I can't remember the last time I had a scraping task, but I guess some people have them. But the combination serration blade, I think, does make it actually a pretty attractive option. You see some Delicas, I think, have partially serrated. I have some Microtechs. I have a double-edged Microtech where the top edge is serrated, the bottom edge is straight. So yeah, I mean, this could be a useful little thing. It's $9, guys. It's $9. Okay, just buy it. Okay, it's $9, and I guess that's that.